When 2,000 IQ lawyers destroy corrupt
In most
cops.
arrests, the suspect doesn't know their rights, with some corrupt cops who decide to abuse this. But what happens when cops encounter 200 IQ lawyers who know the law better than they do?
If I ask to search the vehicle to verify what you're saying is true, you don't mind?
I do mind.
And this is just one of 5 examples when
Genius lawyers destroy corrupt cops. Oh God, I love this kind of stupid ass video. Oh, it's so
lawyers
good.
encounter and destroy corrupt.
Yeah, algo. This is when the algo really starts kicking, dude. It's hitting. That algo is hitting.
Cops, starting with possibly the most humiliating of them all.
Hey, brother.
Hi, how are you?
How long ago did you get in a crash?
Like a year?
Okay. The reason I pulled you, you can't have white light emitting back.
What do you mean?
Your tag lights, they're supposed to illuminate your tag. Those 2 white lights, all they're doing is shooting straight back. You can't have any white light limiting them back.
So far, this cop's reason for the stop is valid. In the state of Florida, the tag light.
Explain your stance on robberies, bro. Bank heists are cool. And if you're able to pull it off, you should be allowed to keep the money and not go to jail. I said bank heists are not only cool, but they're a victimless crime. Especially if you're able to pull it off without hurting anybody, you should be able to keep the money. Wage theft? No, on the other hand, if you do wage theft, you should be hit with the entire book. Throw the kitchen sink at it. If you do wage theft, on the other hand, you should go to permanent prison.
Lights are used only for the purpose of illuminating
I'm Hasan Piker, and this is Max Left.
the tag, and it's considered a traffic violation if they were instead shooting white light. The officer hasn't necessarily done anything wrong yet, but that would change in a matter of seconds.
Or you can still weapon.
That's a very dangerous statement. Wait, what? The statement about wage theft? Yeah. Wage theft equals 1 life sentence plus 1 life sentence for each person you stole from. Yeah. My dad robbed the same bank 3 times with water guns and a wig. He did not get away, as you can imagine. 3 times? He got away twice. Damn. Seems like he was a victim of just being too good and having some confidence. Earned confidence, mind you. Maybe you should have switched up the bank on the 3rd one, you know? I still do respect it that he was like, this is my territory. Like, you know what I mean? It's a bank I'm familiar with. Yes, the point is bank robberies are an A-okay. All right?
Holder, any weapons in the vehicle I need to be aware of? Nope, nothing illegal in the car. All right, so after I'm done, if I ask to search the vehicle to verify what you're saying is true, you don't mind?
I do mind, but it might be because I'm a lawyer.
Okay. So you know what consented, that's what I'm asking.
Yeah.
So you have nothing in the vehicle?
I have absolutely nothing in the vehicle.
Okay. And you don't mind confirming that by allowing us to look and make sure there's nothing in the vehicle? As you can imagine, we hear no all the time as they have nothing and we find stuff.
But I'd rather not search people.
Okay, cool. Just hang tight, brother, okay?
Even though the officer attempted to trick his way to search the car, this lawyer knows exactly what's going on and refuses the search request. Police officers need to have.
You're underestimating the trauma a bank heist can cause to the bank or to the cashier. That's why I said if he's not harming anybody in the process. Yeah, I said if nobody gets hurt.
Have a probable cause in order to search the car, which the cop didn't have, so he attempted to manipulate the lawyer and get his consent. Oftentimes when being pulled over by a police officer, people believe that they need to answer every question and agree to every condition. But even after you've been detained, you have the right to remain silent and refuse to answer questions. But if you handle the situation as gracefully as this lawyer did, you won't ever have to deal with a series of trick questions.
All right, Nicholas. So 1, you got to get that fixed, those white lights in the back. Okay? If you keep getting pulled like that, you're going to get tickets nonstop.
I'll get it.
You understand that? That border? Take that border off. Understand that?
When we get home. Okay.
Fix that address.
All
Just
right.
giving you a warning for it.
Definitely.
Appreciate it, brother.
The officer realizes
He didn't even own him. Like, what? This is...
he's not getting his way with this lawyer, so he sends him on his way, and things end peacefully. In this next case,
That's it? That's it? Wow, 200 IQ is just a guy who was like short with a police officer. Lol owned.
however, the situation becomes much more aggressive as this lawyer tries to protect his rights.
I don't have to by law. I have the Fifth Amendment right.
This district attorney was calmly sitting in his truck waiting to inspect someone's roof when he was approached by the police.
How's it going, man? You live over here, or what's we doing over here? I've had a couple people call in on you. Okay. Am I doing something illegal? Well, no, they're just calling on you saying that I don't recognize a truck in the area. So, my duty to check and see if you live over here or what's going on. Live over here. I'm here for a purpose. Okay. All right, you working? You see you got a ladder in the back. You working somewhere?
Yes, sir.
The situation starts out civil, but it quickly escalates as the officer asks the lawyer for his identification.
You got a driver's license on you so I can identify you?
Dog, that's not a lawyer. That's a district attorney. What is this AI voice saying? If he's actually a district attorney, this is an entirely different type of lawyer, okay? He is a omega lawyer, okay? He is leveled up in the debate lord. Also, he's a DA and a contractor. Brother, yeah, this is cop on cop violence. Also, you know, I guess Brandon's America, you know what I'm saying? Well, I guess technically this was Donald Trump's America when even a DA can't make an honest living. You know, you got to do contractor on the side.
Yeah.
Have I done something illegal?
Well, I like to identify you, just know who I'm dealing with. Make sure.
What's been right? Then show it.
Well, if I'm making contact with you for a reasonable suspicion call like I am right now.
Being suspicious is a misdemeanor and felony.
I don't know if you belong over here. You said you don't, so I don't know if someone over here's got a VPO or something against you, and if you got your ID
Did
or
I
something.
say I didn't belong over here?
You said you had purpose.
I don't live over here.
Okay.
Okay. I do belong
Okay.
here.
All right.
So that's as far as I'm willing to take it.
So you're not willing to give me your ID?
I don't have any reason to.
Okay.
The lawyer does not have to show his ID unless he is stopped on suspicion of a crime or traffic violation. Sitting in his parked truck does not fall into either category.
So if you're not from here, I'm not sure if you are or not, because I don't know who you are. Okay.
My plate's right back there. I'm sure you can run it.
Yeah. Okay. So is that how you want me to identify you? Through your plate?
If that's what you have.
Are you the owner of the vehicle?
Do you suspect that I'm not?
I have no reason to believe you are.
Well, I'm sitting in a truck in front of the house, waiting.
For what?
My keys right here.
Okay.
That's none of your business.
It is my business.
No, it's not. How? Why is
It's funny because, I mean, this is the one guy that knows that it's not your business. Genuinely. Like, he is a cop lawyer. He's not just a lawyer, he is a cop.
it your business?
Because I want to make sure you're not going to break into these houses or anything like that.
That's crazy, man.
I don't know. You have a ladder. You have a ladder.
Now the cop is starting to get more aggressive. You can tell that he's upset that the man won't listen to him. Sometimes cops just expect everyone to do what they say without question, but this lawyer is not about to let that happen.
You already ran my plates.
They
They gave you the information that you needed. You can ask them to go ahead and run me through NCIC or.
Do you have a date of birth then? Because I have to run it with a name and date of birth.
I'm not going to answer that question.
So you're telling me how I should do my job, yet you're not allowing me to do my
I'm
job.
standing up for my rights.
And I understand that, like I said.
I haven't done
but
anything wrong.
I'm doing my.
This is the day he became a woke, he became a woke DA. This is the day that this guy turned into a George Soros DA, dude.
job,
Okay,
conducting an investigation.
I haven't committed a crime. I'm sitting here in front of
This does not strike me as a profession that is in a dire need for more funding. It just doesn't have those vibes at all. I feel like they just sit around and twiddle their thumbs all goddamn day and annoy people.
the house, which is perfectly legal.
Well, you're not completely on the roadway there, sir.
Okay, has anybody asked me to move?
If the DA was 200 IQ, he would say what he's doing instead of being a debate lord. No, he has every right to push back against this kind of shit. I'm fully in favor of this police on police violence right now.
Do they have to ask you to move? It's private property?
Okay, but there's also a public easement right here.
Oh, it is a public, because this is the city of Blanchard Road, so it's a public easement?
No, the side of the road is.
Oh, because this is the city of Blanchard Road, so therefore make it a city easement of a city road, right?
What are you trying to accomplish?
What I'm trying to, all I want to do,
I'm
sir,
not
is
gonna give
identify
my
you.
ID.
The cop is getting more and more ridiculous. He's obviously just trying to find any excuse to charge the man with something just because he is annoyed with him. And if that isn't scary enough, it starts to get worse.
I haven't done anything illegal.
Okay.
You understand that by not identifying yourself appropriately.
Like, the only crime in so many police interactions that the civilians commit is just the crime of annoying a cop. Like, that's the crime. That's the gravest threat.
As requested by the officer is illegal.
It's obstruction.
That's a secondary charge. Okay, I have to be, for you to ID me in the state of Oklahoma, okay, I have to be suspected of committing a crime, about to commit a crime.
Well, you're already you're trespassing.
Somebody has called in that you're suspended. Shut up. Somebody has called in.
You don't tell me to shut up.
I'll tell you what I want to tell you.
Okay, you're not going to
Here's
tell
the deal.
me to shut up.
Somebody called us in.
48.
I don't care how old you are.
You're not going to sit there and tell me to shut up.
It's insane that the officers are being so unprofessional. They just can't accept that the lawyer
Is it that insane, honestly, that they're being so unprofessional? Because it feels like it's part of the trade, you know?
is beating them at their own game. He refuses to back down no matter what they
I don't think this guy is really a DA, by the way. I think the AI narrator is wrong, because I feel like if he was a DA, he would have popped off a long time ago.
tell him, until finally one of the cops calls another attorney for help.
Hey, what's up, man?
Nothing. Sorry to bother you. I got a random question for you, though. I'm dealing with something right now. So I got called out to an address.
Wait, he phoned in? He did a he phoned in for help?
For a suspicious vehicle, and gentleman's parked in a black pickup. He's from Oklahoma City, but he won't give me his name and tells me he doesn't have to give me his driver's license because he's not done anything wrong.
Driving a vehicle?
Well, he's parked right now.
Well, technically, there's no obligation for him to identify.
Dumbass. He hit the lifeline, and the lifeline was like, yeah, you're in the wrong, dumbass.
Himself. I mean, unless you've got reasonable suspicion that he's committing a crime. There's no compelled ID statute in Oklahoma. I have to think about. I mean, do you have anything else to suggest that he might be involved in something illicit?
He asked if he was free to leave, and I said, no, at this time. I have my emergency equipment activated, and I'm trying to investigate.
Well, I'll tell you what. If you're going to drive away, absolutely. But then that's because you can have, or he's driving and he's operating a motor vehicle, but you don't have a traffic violation. That's fine.
Well, I follow him out of town until I get one.
Even after getting caught.
Oh my God. Oh God. Oh my God. Oh God. Cops are such assholes, dude.
Confirmation that he was wrong, and there's no law requiring the lawyer to identify himself in this situation. The cop is so petty that he is willing to follow him out of town until he commits a traffic violation. Unfortunately, things continue to escalate even more when the chief of police arrives at the scene.
That's important. Huh? He hasn't violated.
Look at him. Bro, the theory stands. Yo, the more thumb-like you are, the higher you get elevated in cop land. Yeah, we had to bring in the head hog.
Really a crime, that's a problem.
Are you investigating a crime or possible crime?
Possibly.
Okay, he's instructing an officer from doing his duty, right?
Okay.
The officers have a legal right to make contact with you based on a call.
And I don't
If you're obstructing that,
Bro, the entire precinct is here. Oh, excuse me, sir. We're about to call the FBI. What? Because you made one of my officers feel small. How dare you make my officer feel small? He already has imposter syndrome.
I'm not here to listen to you. I'm here to tell you what's going on. Okay? I don't care if you record me. Okay?
We've all got cameras
I
on.
don't
This isn't
care.
the problem.
Okay? You're obstructing an officer from doing his duty. So now you're under arrest. Unless you want to cooperate. Okay? That's the way it goes. Have a nice day.
Look, all I'm trying to do, man, if you're PI, no big deal. We'll get out of here. We gotta confirm who you are, make sure.
Okay, but, I mean, why do I have to answer questions? I'm here for a legal
They're
reason.
here doing an investigation and you're obstructing them.
If we're doing an investigation, how about you investigate some bitches, dog?
I'm just not answering questions.
Can I get your date of birth?
Answer the question.
You're failing to identify
Have
yourself.
to, by law.
You
That
are
is a
failing-
Fifth Amendment right.
You are failing to identify
Answer
yourself.
questions.
Put him in handcuffs.
What law have I done?
Turn around and try to back for a second. You need place investigative detention, okay?
You want to go talk to that neighbor?
Why do you hate cops? Do you think genuinely that all cops are the same? Where do I begin? I think that policing in the United States of America is fundamentally broken. Okay? It's just broken. We just let them loose, and it is entirely a corrupt institution from top to bottom. The system is just broken. You might be like a guy who is like, oh, I want to protect and serve. I watch a lot of Hollywood movies, and I think this is the best job for me. You know, oh man, I can like help my neighborhood. I can save people's lives. And you join, and then you go through the academy, and then you become a full-fledged cop, and then you realize slowly but surely, no, you can't do any of those things, because the job is directly created to not do those things at all. Do I believe in theory or just in practice in general, like that there is no need for cops? Of course not. I do believe that there is a need for some semblance of law and order, okay? And a group of people that are going to investigate crimes. I do. The problem, however, is that that's not what the cops do. Their clearance rates are dog shit. Most of the job is just like harassing random citizens. And also, they have no accountability. So the entire culture is busted. They constantly escalate instead of de-escalating. They never talk to human beings like they're human beings. They have a sense of unearned superiority over other people. And also, they never get any accountability. And also they're armed to the gills. Like, do you really think that we should let the dumbest, most low IQ roam the streets with arsenals of weapons? Like, do you really think this is a good, solid system? We have the dumbest bullies roaming the goddamn streets with weapons, and they have a license to kill. They got military equipment, and they literally can just kill you or just take away your freedom. Like, look, I'm a white dude, okay? And in spite of that, I never feel safe around cops. I don't know how people will be like, no, I don't understand. I feel super safe around cops. Like, I don't. I'm always thinking, that's right there with a gun on his hip, and he could just kill me and probably get away with it. That's the way I think about it because, I see the reality.
Right there. He has the garage door to let me into the house so I can get a photograph of the inside of that garage door.
That's all you had to say from the beginning, man.
I don't have to tell you that. Don't you guys understand what my rights are?
Nobody said you have to tell us that. What we said is that you have to identify yourself. You do have to identify yourself.
Police used to be the 17th most dangerous job, and that was in the low 20s as of 2023. Yeah. Improvements.
Trespassing. Okay. That's number one.
Okay, sir.
To be transparent,
Peeping Tom for all we know. Okay, for all we know.
Projection. He said, you might be a peeping Tom. And him in the chat, by the way. Oh, shit. What did he say? Oh, my God. I just hate pulling over on a dark street. Genuinely get nervous. Hey, what's up, Phantom? He saw me talk shit about cops and dipped out. He's like, never mind.
That's right. And in doing that, we have to identify you.
No, you don't.
Yeah, we do.
No. You didn't ask for my identification. I am not legally required to give it to you.
Except that you are.
No, I'm not.
Shortly after this, the lawyer was released and no charges were brought against him. It is only because of his clear knowledge of his rights that he was able to get out of this position without being arrested.
Yeah, June 28, 2005, Supreme Court ruled on Monday the police did not have a constitutional duty to protect a person from harm, even a woman who had obtained a court-issued protective order against a violent husband making an arrest for a mandatory violation. Yeah. That famous Supreme Court case came after cops refused to stop a stabber in a New York City subway station where the dude was getting stabbed in front of cops and they got too scared to do anything. And he had to literally stop the stabber himself. He got stabbed in the hand in front of cops and they didn't do shit. They were too scared. And the Supreme Court was like, oh, you have no constitutional duty to protect and serve. You don't have to put your life on the line. Then what are we doing? Yeah, he got stabbed in the head.
But in this next case, the lawyer even has to go up against other attorneys to make sure that his client is protected. After being charged with a DUI, this individual decided to fight against it in court. As his defense attorney prepared to handle this case in court, the prosecution questioned an officer involved in the case.
Would you estimate how many DUI stops or investigations you've been a part of?
Oh my God, I forgot to mention DUIs. Cops love DUIs. That's the other thing. Yeah, none of these lawyers are a 200 IQ, by the way. They're not even owning the cops. I wanted to see some real police ownage.
Since being with Radcliffe, at least.
Approximately 25.
Okay, just over the past year or so that
Yes.
you've been, all right. Now, did you have specialized training in DUI investigations?
No,
No.
no,
Okay.
just what they have at the DOC.
At the academy, though?
Yes, just the
all right.
2 weeks of DUI training.
Combining the simple questions with the officer's ability to answer them so easily, the whole situation starts to seem incredibly suspicious. Witnesses aren't typically this fluent and relaxed, which makes the defense approach this cross-examination in a very direct manner.
Officer Sutherland, did you, prior to your testimony, which began at approximately 3:10 p.m., have you had any conversation with the prosecutor?
Excuse me. I can't see the witness.
The prosecution quickly asks defense attorney Larry Foreman to move the podium right as he asks if the officer had talked to the prosecution beforehand. Though this could be a genuine request, it could also be an attempt at throwing Foreman off by interrupting his hard-hitting question.
Sorry, can you say that one more time?
Have you had any conversation with the prosecutor?
Yes, I have had conversation, and he made it very clear that we are not to discuss anything that was happening in here.
He doesn't let their request deter him, though, as he repeats the question incredibly slowly to show just how serious he is about this matter. The facts that the officer felt the need to clarify that, though she had spoken with the prosecution earlier, they hadn't discussed the trial is a major mistake on her part, as all it's going to do now is make Foreman even more suspicious, which is exactly what it does.
While you're outside, how many additional police cruisers arrived on scene?
I don't recall any other cruisers that were on the scene. I've looked at our dispatch calls for service logs. I didn't see anybody else call out there, and we have a very strict policy. If your boots hit the ground, radio better know where you're at. And I don't recall anybody else calling out there. I don't remember seeing any other vehicles in the area.
So it is your testimony to these, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, today, that there were only 2 police cruisers at 1204 West Lincoln Trail Boulevard at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yes, that's my best.
Thank you.
Do not recall any other vehicles out there.
While being questioned by the prosecution, this officer was able to remember a majority of the details that they asked them to provide. But suddenly, when the defense approaches and starts to ask for specifics, the officer cannot recall them. She continuously uses the word recall to ensure that if it is revealed that she isn't telling the truth about something, she can simply state that she didn't recall that. It's a flimsy mechanism, but she might believe that this ensures her safety in case the prosecution's case comes.
This video's kind of dog, dude. Like, yeah, I mean, it's classic.
Completely falls apart, which is exactly what Foreman is trying to do here.
I would like to discuss very briefly, you have followed Lieutenant McLeod's SUV as he was leaving, correct? No. You were not at the scene where the field sobriety tests were conducted by Mr. Symington.
Shut up. After. It was, I don't know the exact time.
Thank you, bro. Bring back JCS. I can't. We don't have JCS. I've already watched every JCS out there.
But I stayed behind while he left, and I had heard his location on the radio. So shortly after he had begun his traffic stop, I had headed in his direction.
Did you evidence? While the conclusion to the arrested on previous cases dealt with somewhat reasonable interactions between lawyers and police officers, the case of Beatrice Bijou involved cops dealing with a completely insane attorney.
I can try and kill you.
That's not going to go well.
Yes, it will go well.
Bijou's was arrested on February 22nd, 2022 after running over 4 individuals with her car.
What?
When the police
Bro, what do you mean 200 IQ lawyer destroys corrupt cop? Is this person even a lawyer? They're like a serial killer.
Started interrogating her, she surprised them with her overwhelming confession.
What are my charges?
Probably 4 counts of aggravated battery and another count of aggravated assault.
Okay.
Okay.
I attempted to murder that woman.
Well, conferred with the state attorney and they don't want to charge attempted murder.
What is happening in this YouTube video, bro? What is going on? What?
Right now.
Yeah, that's not a 200 IQ move, but let's see how this goes.
But if you're adamant, you can always explain that to your defense attorney, but I'm sure they're going to.
No, I want the attempted murder charge.
You want the attempted murder charge?
Yeah, because I tried to kill her.
What? We are documenting.
And I would like to walk out of here right now.
Well, the two don't go hand in hand. Okay?
What?
You can't try to kill people and then just walk free. So, we fed you lunch.
I can try and kill you.
That's not going to go well.
Yes, I'm going to kill as many people as I can.
You can already tell from the first interaction that there's something else going on with Beatrice. Threatening to kill an officer and as many people as she could is not something a regular suspect would say, let alone an attorney. The detective manages to calm her down by offering to charge her with an attempted murder, then proceeds to try and figure out what is going on.
We've had a big day today. One of the things that worried me is someone said that you heard voices. What can you tell me about that?
Oh, 200 IQ. Watch this space, Chaz. She's going for an insanity plea.
Yeah, I've been hearing voices telling me to kill myself and to kill other people. I have a gun at my parents' house right now.
Okay.
And my brother took it away.
Okay.
He put it in his safe.
Okay.
I've been trying to kill myself for quite some time. I moved to Texas And I tried to kill myself in Texas and it didn't work. I tried to shoot myself and the gun didn't go off.
Okay.
And then I tried to do it again
How long ago was that? What's that?
last year, around April 2021.
What was that
The
noise?
fact that Bijou feels the need to turn herself in and express just how unstable she is right now to law enforcement shows that, thankfully, she's not too far gone. As she continues to tell her story, it becomes even more clear just how badly Bijou needs help.
I got diagnosed with bipolar and schizophrenia
Okay. When was that diagnosis?
2019,
Okay.
and it ruined my life.
Okay.
I've been in and out of mental institutions. I think this is last year was the 4th one, and they locked me up for an extended period of time. Where are they going to take me after this?
I'm not sure what's going to happen next.
Bro, this is not, and I mean this in all sincerity, a 200 IQ move. I'm not going to lie. This doesn't come across like a 200 IQ move at all.
I'm really not sure. Okay?
I want to take my own life right now.
Oh, that's not good. And I would like to talk to you, but like I said, when you...
Can I speak to a doctor?
We're probably going to get you a doctor to talk to, at least to start with.
The fact that Bijou is taking the initiative to get treated for these illnesses is interesting at this point, as she continues to show how she's completely willing to cooperate with law enforcement. After spending a long stretch of time trying to make Bijou feel comfortable so that they can continue to hear what she has to say, the investigator starts to get a better understanding of her state of mind.
The voices told me to do something to my little niece this morning.
Did you?
Mm-mm.
Good.
Couldn't touch her.
Good. Well, you have control over it. You got to keep control over it. I don't know what all the answers are. This is, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a psychologist.
Bro, it's crazy. If you just tell cops that you got the ultra instinct and you got a taste for blood, they become so much more reasonable and amicable with you, it seems. What is happening? This is the most like cops like me too, man. You know, honestly, I can relate to that. I can totally relate to that. Who amongst us has not seen red, you know? This is just, bro became empathetic. Yeah. This is the wildest thing I've ever seen. I would not have expected a thumb-like cop like this to behave this way.
I'm a psychiatrist, so I don't know what all the answers are, but those are the people that can help you at least get to some semblance of normalcy.
Yeah, I thought about killing my little niece.
Yeah. How do you want to do that?
I'm going to talk about it.
Okay. We don't have to talk about that.
Most likely by...
She said, we don't have to talk about it. I'm going to tell you exactly how I would do it, though. I got to pee.
Drawing.
Her sudden change from not wanting to talk about her thoughts of killing her niece and then immediately providing him with an explanation on how she would have gone through with it could be a cause for concern, as if she cannot control her own mind here. After the interrogation slowly dies down and the investigator feels content with the amount of information he's received, he leaves and Bijou is then transported to the local prison. Beatrice was later charged with attempted first-degree murder, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, and fleeing police. She pleaded not guilty to these charges and was later found not guilty by way of insanity. She was committed to a mental health institution for treatment. While all previous cases ended peacefully, the final case of Claire Hall takes a violent twist and shows what happens when a lawyer thinks she's a lot smarter than she actually is.
Get your hands off me right now! Oh my God! Stop!
Attorney Hall arrived on the scene of an accident she wasn't even involved in and immediately started interfering with the cops' investigation.
Yeah, the key's stuck. Okay. It's broken.
Are you gonna? Well, so you think he's gonna be taken with the scene, or will he just?
Are you?
I'm not. No. I'm on the phone with his father.
Yeah, it's something like that.
How many cars are involved right now?
Not mine. That's mine.
All right, let's. We need to get that off the road. All right, can we get that into the parking lot? We'll take care of him, man.
I'm just trying to tell his father. So.
Well, we're in the middle of the highway. Right? So,
all right, can you move your car, please? Thank you. My man, is your car drivable? Yes. All right, we're gonna get it off to the side of the road. All right.
All I'm saying is I can leave. I just want to tell his father.
You don't have to leave. Just move your car.
Though she is trying to communicate with the teenager's father about the incident, she is interrupting the officers while they are trying to make sure that they handle this situation correctly. Quickly, the officers become frustrated with her constant interjections and decide that they cannot continue to be patient with her.
Is that your mom?
No.
No.
You want to talk to his father here? Why don't you talk to his father?
I'm working. Can you please go sit in your car? You have nothing to do with
His
this.
father.
I
He's a
understand.
minor. I'm an attorney because he's a minor. You need to tell me. Is he going to be here?
I don't need to
or
tell
is-
you anything. I'm going to arrest you in a second if you don't get in your car. Do you understand?
Wait, how'd she get away? I was pissing. Wait, she didn't even get away. Damn, dude. 200 IQ. This video sucked. Yeah, I mean, she hit an insanity plea.